Nacho, 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 nacho.
Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Richard Razor Sharp and I'm back with another video for you guys today, and I'm going to show you something a little bit different, and I'm going to show you how I edit photos, whether it be for my social feeds or for my website. So there's some tips and tricks that I want to give you guys that will help you improve the photos that you take, but also help you with the editing side of things. So it's going to be really simple, really straightforward, and you can literally do this from your smartphone. And I'm going to give you a live demonstration of this. But before we get into the live demo, there's a few things that we should cover first. So firstly, what tools do you need? Well, everyone has a smartphone, so you can start with your smartphone. You may be in the shop, or if you're a mobile barber like myself, you just have your smartphone with you and you take photos that way. It's been said that the best camera that you have is the one that you've got in your pocket at the time, and for many people it's our smartphone. Or you may be using an SLR camera. I use a Canon SLR. You may use Nikon or Nikon, depending how you pronounce it, or a Sony mirrorless camera. But an SLR, I would say, for photography is preferable, particularly if you're going to use these images on your website. If you want to zoom in and crop in, etc., then it's better to have a higher resolution image. So you could have an SLR, but if you don't have an SLR, your smartphone can do a great job as well. Our smartphones today have very powerful cameras. I'm using an iPhone. You may use an Android phone or whatever you're using. You can get great photos straight from your smartphone. So you need a good camera. Then you may want to invest in a tripod. It's not essential, but you may want to invest in a tripod, particularly if you want to get a picture with you in the image, so you can put it on the tripod, set up a timer and take a great photo that way. So those are a couple of things there. Next thing that's important when it comes to our photos and editing them and improving them is storytelling. Photography is about storytelling. You want your image to tell a story. And if you look at the best photographers in the world, you would find that their images always tell a story. So that's something to think about before you take a photo. But even if you don't think about the story you want to tell before you take a photo, you certainly should think about it when it comes to editing your photo, as that can help determine how you edit your photo. So those are a few little bits of information there. Now what we're going to do is get into a live demo of how I edit photos using just my iPhone, and yeah, I hope you guys find this useful. And if you do, please guys, click that subscribe button, like, share the photos, or share the video, I should say, with other people. All right, guys, let's get into it. Okay, so the app I'm going to use is called Darkroom, which is available on the App Store. And right now I'm just going to go to the picture that I want to edit. So I just favorited one of my images. And the things I'm going to improve in this image is the background, the angles and the color grading. Just so you know, this particular picture I took on an SLR. I was able to travel out to Spain to cut this client's hair for their wedding. So we're going to get into the editing in a moment, and the first thing that we will work on is the background. Okay, so right now there's a lot in the background of this image that I don't want. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the aspect ratio of this image, and I'm going to make it a square image so it could go on my Instagram or on my website. And using the rule of thirds, which is where the horizontal and vertical lines meet, I'm going to utilize that to put more focus on the client themselves. Okay, so now I'm going to work on the angles in the image, and I've found by adjusting the angle of the image by tilting it, it can bring out certain features of an image that you may want to focus on. It could be a bit more of a focus on a beard, or a bit more of a focus on the flow of a fade or the haircut itself. Okay, so one of the quickest ways to color grade is simply by utilizing filters. With Darkroom, there are various different filters that you can use, and if you use any other kind of editing app, you'll find that they have filters that you can utilize to quickly adjust the colors and the look of your image. So right now, as you can see, I'm just flicking through various filters to see what suits the picture that I've got here and how I want it to look. Now, if you want to have more control over how your image looks, then you can go into the specifics of the color grading by adjusting the various elements of the photo. So as you've just seen there, you can adjust things like, say, your brightness, make it brighter, or reduce the light and the brightness, contrast, highlights, shadows. There's various different elements of the photo that you can adjust according to the look that you want. So it will allow you to have more control over how your final image looks. And this comes with practice and time to find the look that you particularly like. So as you can see here, like I say, I'm just messing around with some of the different elements of this photo, just quickly so you can see the different kind of adjustments that you can make and the look and the impact it will have on the image. But you'll find what works for you. What you can commonly do with a lot of these applications is once you've created a particular style that you like, you can save it as a preset. So then you have your own saved filters that you've done yourself that you can easily add to your images. Okay, so I'm going to leave the editing here for this photo, and you can see that there's a big difference from what it first looked like. If you want to see what it looks like now without the adjustments I've made, there you go. And there's it is with the adjustments. So very quickly, I've been able to create a really good looking image that I can use on my social feeds or on my website. And then you can export it, save it, and with Darkroom in particular, you can save a copy or you can save the original photo that you took as well. Okay guys, so there you have it. That is my way of editing a photo quickly and adjusting it. And what it shows is simply that you could have a photo that may not look that great, but in post-production you can do some adjustments to it to make it look a lot better to put on your social feeds, or if you want it to go onto your website, you can do so. It's by no means pro level editing, but just a few little tips and tricks. So I hope you found it useful. If you did, please click that subscribe button, like the video, and I'll be back again with some more content soon. Take care. Peace.